This project, Voices and Visions, is really about giving power to the community, finding strengths that really promote sustainability for the programs that we think are important and will really make change. We know that there's a lot of disparities and poverty, especially here on the reservation, that affect our American Indians. And so having a conversation where a lot of people are at the table and maybe not the same players all the time is really important.
I had the immense opportunity to be a part of the design team. On the design team, we had a multitude of community members with varying experiences that had the opportunity to work with Aspen Labs and Headwaters. We utilized the liberating structure theories, which is designed around having collective conversations about how we can be together in community to identify barriers and work on solutions together.
There's a lot of things that happen here that people work in silos, or they don't know the programs that are going on at the other end of the valley. And so this event is meant to bring the community together. And the really cool thing about this is that it's not just a community conversation where people then take information or names networking, but there's actually funding attached to this. And so that's where Headwaters comes in. We get to be the funder for whatever the community decides, and that's where we're giving power through giving money and letting people decide what it is. And that's really unusual for foundations to do with a grant. Normally they come in with an idea of how you should execute and lots of checks and balances. And so really this is an opportunity for the community to come together, figure it out, and then have some funding that will back that.
I see so much hope in this room and in the thinking and what people are coming up with. There's energy, there's ideas, there's inspiration. I really, really am so glad that I'm part of this. Thank you for bringing me to the table.
I think I'm looking at one of the most diverse groups of people from the community that came together in a long time. One of the things I wanted to point out is that I've seen some of the elders here. I'm not talking about the tribal elders, it's the non-tribal elders.
How do you feel like the conversations are going as you're doing this?
It's hard to actually put in words. I didn't really realize what this would be. I've been in many, many different, meetings, had a seat at the table, but not in this way. Not where I've been able to sit next to someone who comes from a totally different path than I do, who has a totally different perspective on the community that we both live in. And so it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to take off my normal lens and put on a different lens and see in a different way how to potentially benefit those that I live next to or those that I have the opportunity to serve in my role. So it's been wonderful.
People are excited to share their input, hands are up, people are up, and I think that's all we could have hoped for and more. So I'm really pleased with how it's going.
Our idea was to model discussions done civilly, and we just don't see that anymore. They relearn an art we've lost, which is just simply being able to connect through conversation without it blowing up into a conflict and we retreat.
I really appreciate the space that this Voices and Visions provided for us, and I appreciate the diversity of people here and also the creativity that we were allowed in coming up with solutions for our community.
I think it's very important to have a youth voice here because a lot of the problems are in the schools. We have a lot of depression in the schools. We have a lot of substance abuse within the schools. And I think for a youth voice to be here that has experienced that, it's vital to these type of things. I am very hopeful that my ideas and projects will be implemented in this event because I think I have some good ideas and I think that other people have valuable ideas as well. And when we come together in collaborations like these and share our ideas, I think something really good can come out of it.
It's really exciting to see all the people's ideas, but even in our group, all the ideas just within that. But I'm seeing a lot of common things, I think, that we're all going to be able to really pull much tighter together then and coming up with one action plan. I think our community has been ready for a while, and we've had a lot of fortunate people working in the field for our community and our families, and so we're ready.
winner, our grantee, our fun project that really came to light, and I hope I say the right title. Yeah, you want a drum roll? Drum roll! Is the Journey to Wellness group.
Our program is a comprehensive mental health network. We want to have two branches of that, one being prevention and one being an intervention, which would work with crisis care, having a specific trained ambulance crew that would work with mental health clients.
We felt like because there was an acute crisis need now, people are suffering in our community, we're losing community members to suicide, adolescents to suicide. We felt like we had to focus on kind of the immediate crisis need, but also felt like we had to create or at least loop into our project the preventative mental health care plan as well.
I was very excited to hear that our project was chosen by the people that participated. I was excited because it included the prevention part, which I think is a really key component to addressing the issues that we have in our community and across the country.
Congratulations. I'm excited.
For me, the best part of the Voices and Visions event were the many people that were there from all walks of life in our community. I think having both high school students, middle-aged people and elders in a room together who represented all facets of our community, tribal, non-tribal, faith-based, not faith-based, economic diversity, everything was present there, and I think that was a key factor in everyone coming together, even though they have divergent viewpoints, and looking at ways that they could think about addressing one common issue. There are many common issues in our community that need to be addressed, and by looking at one more specifically and more intentionally, I think that is something that hasn't happened in our community before, and so that made it a really important event.